Yeah, y'all. Praise the Lord. I'm going to say this loud and clear. Say this loud and clear. I'm going to say this one time. I ain't going to repeat myself after I make this video. Y'all, for those of y'all going through exactly what I'm going through, plus probably some more, y'all in an abusive marriage. Y'all in an emotionally abusive marriage where your spouse and you don't live in the same home, and now your adult children or your adult child is disrespectful, flat out disrespectful. Your spouse, you married the wrong spouse, and your child, you married that person because you ain't want the child to be in foster care, and he wanted to be in foster care anyway. So now they grown up, the child grown, and the child grown and with hooked up, how can I say this? They hooked up not with a cult. I can't say it's a cult. I'm not gonna say that. It's more like it's like a sorority. It's like something that you would rather your child be involved in than to be in drugs or to be in homosexuality or to be in something else out there in the world. So you like, okay, damn, my child is being influenced by this young person and this group of young people, and your spouse, your husband ain't had no say in it. He ain't no say. So you lost your child twice. You lost your child twice. You lost your child to the system, and you lost your child to this group, which is different than if you brought the child up, you and your spouse brought the child up together and raised that child together in a not like a religion or whatever, but you raise that child together. So so now what's going on? You older. You in your 50s, like I'm in my 50s. Your spouse is 60 something. He don't give a damn. The child don't give a damn about you. Okay? They both say things to you behind the closed door. They say things to you behind closed doors that's hurtful. Oh, I ain't got, don't have to agree with you. I don't have to agree with you, whatever. But when they around their peers, even the spouse, when the spouse is around their circle or around his family or around whatever, it's a whole nother thing. You the villain. You the one that's the villain. So they popping. Mind you, you got other children, other kids, other by different fathers, and those kids is only one that respect you, and only one that actually check up on you, call you regularly. He don't put you down as his mother. He don't bring up the past. He don't don't emotionally beat you, you know. And the thing is, they don't get in touch with it. All the siblings don't get in touch with each other. Your children don't get in touch with each other. Okay? So you like, okay, oh my God, you're getting older now. Oh my God, oh my God. Your child that's in your marriage, your so-called marriage, the child in your marriage, texts you, TikTok, DM you on TikTok, send you videos and stuff. You know, you don't want to block them. You tried that before, then you unblock. You tried that before. Your sister, who you just recently found out, ain't your full-blooded sister. Your sister is your half-sister. She tried to warn you. You know what? The next time your husband ain't really your husband. The next time he come there, unannounced, call police. The next time your daughter come around there, call the police. I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, Crystal, if you don't do that, then they're gonna keep on abusing. If you don't do that, that's attacking your spirit. If you don't do that, you know, get get some kind of peace or something. I went through all that before. I can't go through all that. I've been through all the court. I've been through court stuff before. Through the foster kids since I've been through that before. You know, and all that stuff trigger. You know, all that all that stuff hurts and triggers. You got a therapist for PTSD that you comfortable with, okay? And you tell a therapist what's going on. And that helps you. You go to church. You leave the old church that you raised your children in. You leave out of there after you had a stroke and heart surgery. You leave out of there, okay? And you email the pastor. Pastor don't email you back. Don't reply. You go to church, you know, you go to church. Don't nobody come visit you at the hospital. Don't nobody come see you at the hospital. Your daughter that you have by this marriage. Say, oh, you can contact me, you know, if you want to contact me, but you thinking, okay, this girl don't even contact her older brother. Don't even contact her older brother. Her brother is living with his aunt, living with your half sister, and he constantly, you said, you know, you call me. She'll never get in touch, but she's constantly on live. She constantly hooked up with this group. Okay, so that's proof that she will prioritize or go to whoever that she like, whatever she like. But she was like that as a little girl. Lied on you, lied on her brother, lied on her mother. You know, things got so bad as a the girl. She lied, caused her middle brother to get put in the system. And now it's a whole type of kind of lie. It's a whole type of it's a whole type of kind of abuse. And you like, okay, well, tell tell your group leader that your aunt is having a hysterectomy, having a hysterectomy, this and that, need prayer, and tell her about your brother. I can't, I can't tell her, I can't say that. That ain't my business. You looking at the phone like, what the? Look in the phone. I can't believe that. I can't believe. Go in your prayer closet. You didn't take that in your prayer closet. The only reason why you said that is because your sister and your oldest son is around the same age group that your spouse that your spouse's daughter is in. Y'all follow me? And meantime, you going through hell. You ain't got no food. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You struggling like a look at this. Do this look like I'm married? Do this look like I'm doing good? Do this look like I'm doing okay? Y'all be seeing me dancing and doing TikToks and stuff and making YouTube videos and all that. Look at this apartment. Do this look like I'm living in the lap of luxury? I ain't got no couch, ain't got no curtains. Look at this, y'all. But you still got a roof over your head. You doing better than me. I ain't told the prophet about my daddy, about my husband, about your marriage because I was a little girl. Stop lying and stop making excuses. Stop lying and stop making it. Stop lying and stop making excuses. Y'all. Then I got an older daughter. My oldest daughter, she come on my YouTube channel, putting all kind of stuff on the channel. You know, so I'm dealing with that kind of backlash. You know, then I hear that my oldest daughter got in touch with my youngest daughter that's in my marriage by my husband, husband that I'm separated from 23 years. I married him so that our daughter would not be in the system, would not get in the system. So I'm like the scapegoat. I'm the scapegoat. I'm not playing victim. Went through all that. I'm not excusing his none of it. And I can't get a divorce because of how we went to the court. It's hard to get a divorce. That's a whole nother loophole. Whole nother thing. But y'all, I'm making this video because I know that there gotta be somebody out there going through the same kind of abuse. The same kind of emotional, mental torment, the same kind of emotional, narcissistic abuse. And you like, okay. It's like, okay, you if I was to like show all the text messages, all the like a body cam, that kind of thing make you make you feel so unsafe. make you feel so insecure and so unsafe. You're like, oh, I gotta prove what's going on. But that's what they want. That's what they want. Want you to go to that level like that. And want to rob your peace. They doing fine. Go all around eating, going to restaurants and traveling all around different places. They fine. Like my sister Endeavor talked to me for hours. One time, my daughter got me so upset. She got me so upset. I was crying. I was in here crying. I was in here, hurt. You know, it ain't, like my daughter said, you got a heart of stone to soften the heart. No. Acknowledge the abuse. Acknowledge the pain. Acknowledge the abuse. Acknowledge what they doing. Some things don't need forgiveness. That's a privilege. That's a privilege for you to forgive. When they keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's a strategy that they doing. They got resentment and they want to transfer that onto you. They want to blame you for their absentee father or for their abuse, their neglect and their abuse, their current abuse. For their pride. They got pride. And, they don't want you to have a voice. Want to control what you put on social media. Don't say nothing. Don't write about nothing. Don't, they ashamed of where they came from. They're ashamed of their brothers. They're ashamed of their family. Even when you in a 2-parent home, you be in a 2-parent, like I was in a 2-parent home and I was abused. I was being abused. I knew something wasn't right. I knew it. Before my mother came up with the truth, and my sister and my son confronted my mom on her infidelity about what she did to my sister and to me too, indirectly. You gotta get, child. Them kind of spirits will make you go crazy, make you feel like you ain't a chosen of God. They will try to say, well, that person named Joshua, they'll talk about each other. Well, Joshua not saved. Joshua don't know Jesus. Joshua not involved with this prophet. Joshua. And David ain't this and that. And David not this and that. And you dead in the center. You right in the middle. You in the middle. They done put you in the middle because you the mom. You got the title of a mother. You didn't already have your parental rights taken away from you legally. But what they do, they will manipulate that and say, well, you my mommy. Ain't you my mother? I want you to pray for me, intercede for me because they coming after me. So if they come after me, they going to come after you. The devil is a lie. What about, okay, if they coming after me, what about your father? What about your father that I'm still married to? Come on now. If they coming after me, and I'm under him, and I'm still have a covenant, still have a legal, I'm still legally married to this fool. You know how I deal with it? Back to what I try to tell um tell my daughter about Corey Miner's video when he said, we're talking about do you go to hell if you commit suicide? Now, not saying that I'm suicidal or I have suicidal thoughts, but I've contemplated it. There were times in my life where I made attempts, suicide, attempts in my past. But after I got, while I was going through what I was going through, fighting to get my children from foster care all the years, and then what I went through with their fathers and my family before that. Before what I went through being excommunicated as Jehovah's Witness and put out on the streets and all that, you know, how I deal with this now is knowing that I'm born again, knowing that I'm in Christ, knowing that despite what my husband is doing now, despite what our daughter is doing, has done, she don't care. I seen up. I said, I can't believe what I'm reading. Like father. How I'm dealing with it, it's not, please kill him, Jesus. Oh, please take him out. Oh, not them David prayers. No. You know how I deal with this? I live my life. I'm learning to mind my business and don't take it personal. Because every time I try to say something, whether it's him or our daughter, oh, you try and make a point or whatever, it's the disrespect. It's the fact that it's like, okay, I'm not acknowledging you. I'm not. You don't count. You don't count. But I bet you this month is our wedding anniversary. Be married what May next month be May the 21st. Yup. May the 21st. Yup. And 23 years. You know how I dealing with this? I'm learning not to reply. I gotta have some self-control. You gotta have the fruit of the spirit. You gotta have self-control. When you see like my sister said, oh, my sister said, oh, call police. No. Block them off your phone. Nope. Like I'm gonna do like what my son Joshua said, because when you black, they can see it. They know you black it. Just don't answer. Don't reply. Do them like how your pastor did. Do them like how Pastor Solomon did you. You've been a member of United Baptist Church for over 30-some years. Do them like how Yova Jones did you. Do them like how the prayer intercessory team at United did you. Yup. Don't reply. Don't answer. Don't respond. That's gonna hurt worse. That's gonna hurt worse than you keeping on acknowledging the videos, acknowledging the TikToks, acknowledging the DMs, seeing it. Next time you see it, ignore. I know it's hard. You gotta remember, you ain't the wife. You ain't the mama. Not the mamas. Like that dinosaur show. Not the mama. You ain't the mama. You gotta disconnect. You gotta disconnect. No contact. You gotta go. Yes, that's your daughter. That's your blood. But the thing is, she's hurting you. And know it. That seed went from the penis to her. Went from the seed. All you is just the plant. And they trying to kill you. Just like Corey Myers said, it's a slow suicide. He said suicide could be a slow death by the food you eating. Y'all need to watch that video. Smart Christians, Corey Minor. Watch that. With him and this guy on there, they not arguing, they ain't debate, but him and this guy on there, and Corey Minor made some valid points. What he's saying is the mercy, the grace of God, the grace. It ain't about your sin. How many sins yup, it ain't about that. Yup, y'all need to watch that. That thing that's what I text to our daughter. You trying to make a point. Now I bet you if it was one of her peers or the spiritual mother that she got, whatever, but this girl say the same thing. She say that, and there's times when I got on the live and I heard her say the same damn thing that I told my daughter. The same thing. And this deep up. I'm like, damn, didn't I just say that to her I just said that to her a couple of days ago. I said the same damn goddamn thing. I said the same thing. But because it's coming from someone that my daughter likes, coming from somebody that she likes, it's, totally different. Even if it came from her father. I don't care what you say. I love my father no matter what. You were saying that little girl. You can't, telling y'all learn how to not force people. You can't force people to like you. You can't don't force yourself in circles that don't like you. They don't like you. They borderline, they flat out hate you. And you know it. You got that right to heal. You got that right to recover. Recover from all the trauma, all the abuse. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. That's how you get the accountability. That's how you get the accountability when you acknowledge. You acknowledge what happened. Like my oldest daughter, she want to put all this stuff on social media, on this platform, put all this stuff that I tried to kill her, all this stuff. Yeah, okay, but you came in here doing stuff, putting sage up, breaking stoves, opening up. You came here with the intent. You came down here with the intent to do me harm. And the thing, Joshua knew it. My oldest son knew it. That's why you didn't go to Joshua's house. You came down here with the intent, with the intent to do me harm. But you guess what? You're not gonna put that on the platform. You're not gonna put the truth on the platform. You're not gonna say that truth. You can go all around the mulberry bush. You can go all around, and want to use social media to cyberbully me, to try to gaslight me, try to attack because of whatever past resentment that you have. It's the same thing what the same thing what my mom did. My mom did the same thing to my sister. The same, she doing the same thing, the exact same thing to Indira and to Joshua. She doing the exact same thing. My mother doing the exact same thing that my oldest daughter is doing. The exact same thing. See, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Spirits like that don't appreciate boundaries. They don't appreciate no. They don't value the word no. When you say no, no is a full sentence. It's a full, whether you say it out your mouth or you say it through your body language, whether you say it through resistance. They know when you resisting them. They know when they ain't welcome. No is a full sentence. A full no mean no. Whether a woman said out her mouth, whether she said through body language, whether she physically said, whether she emotionally said through tears. No is no. No is no. When you force yourself in somebody's life, you force yourself in somebody's presence, and you know that they have not healed, they have not recovered, and you want to be a predator. You want to prey on a PREY. You want to prey on that person. You got a hidden motive. You was warned. You was warned by your older brother. Leave Bobby alone. She going through the court thing with her She going to leave her alone. Don't dump her. Come here. You can stay up here. You can stay up here in Delaware. He did that twice. Joshua did that twice. Both times. So when I put her behind in a headlock and sat on her so she wouldn't hit me again, swing at me and hit me, punch me in my face. Some demons, some spirits won't stop. They want you to compromise. They do things strategically. They do things strategically to make it seem like it's your fault when they strategize the whole thing. They use their fathers, they'll use their siblings, they'll use what they know of you from your past. They'll use what they grasping for, your weakness. They'll use that, try to use that. And you gotta keep saying no, 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 no. Just like my husband, my so-called husband, when I was in the hospital fighting for my life last year, had the heart disease. I was in Johns Hopkins and I was in St. Agnes Hospital. And our daughter was traveling all around the world, with this prophet lady, the girl. That's the same age, around the same age as my oldest daughter. And I'm in the hospital. And my husband coming, I can't take this, I can't take it. And he left me. He did the same shit, the same thing that he did when I had a miscarriage, when he caused me to have a miscarriage. The same thing. Before I married him. And he left me at Mercy Hospital by myself and I had to walk home. And my mother's like, he did what? I said, yes, ma'am. He left me at the hospital. I had a miscarriage and he left me at the hospital. He did what? And fast forward, did the same thing. But this time it wasn't a baby that I lost. This time I'm actually fighting for my life. Then fast forward, then he pops around. Oh, I'm sorry what I did last year. Pops around, bring a cold cut sandwich. Why you don't call me? Why you don't call? Why you don't call me? Y'all. This is like Jesus, when Jesus picked Judas and he knew that Judas was going to betray him. I knew Elliot wasn't no fucking good. I knew he wasn't no good. I was warned. I was repeatedly warned. But out of fear, you know how you hook up with somebody and you don't find out all the facts about the person until after you lay down with that person. And then you find your eyes open up and you're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Oh my God, how the hell am I going to get out of this? Oh my God, I ain't said. By this time, he's following you at your house because you know where you live at. And he come in unannounced in the middle of the night. Come after church anytime. And you deal, And you can't say, oh, I, I, you blame yourself. As you get older, you blame yourself, which is what he wants you to do. And then he say, oh, you treat me like a baby. You treat me like you my mother. You ain't no victim. You ain't nobody, Crystal. Stop playing victim. Then he turn around and say, but I love you. I love you. Y'all. And the daughter ain't no different. The daughter is no different. And you like, it's like you married your parents. I actually married my parents. I married a virgin of my mother and my father combined in one person. I married every one of the narcissistic demons that I could. When my parents threw me out, when my mother threw me out on the street at 18, as I graduated from high school, I actually married I actually married everybody that, how can I say this? I actually married everybody that saw the condition that I was in and they took advantage of it. I married that. That's what I married. That's exactly what I married. And my mother made sure of it. She made sure. She made sure of it. Her and his mother, my mother-in-law. So 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 yeah. That's how you keep saying no. Look at your surroundings. Say, you know what? There was a time I was homeless. It was time I ain't had no kids, I ain't had no children, and I was out there, and my parents put me on the street. You know, remember that. Remember that. Just like Egypt, like Moses with the Egyptians, with the Israelites, with the Passover. Remember the bond. Remember, cry out. And the Lord told Moses, I hear the cries of my people. Remember, 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 remember what the Egyptians did to you. Don't go around talking about, oh, I want to go back. I want to go back to Egypt. I want to stay in Egypt. At least they fed me melons and stuff like that. Y'all, y'all, for folk, y'all folk that's in a marriage like that, that's abusive marriage, and y'all hear these people teaching saying that you can't remarry. If you remarry, that's adultery, and if or you, you hear prophets, TikTok prophets, of what people saying. Oh, oh, poor child, poor this and that. Oh, that child is this and that. They ain't talk to the parents. Oh, and the parents are fighting. And the parents are fighting. Guess who they got that from? They got that. That prophet got that from your daughter. That prophet got that from your daughter in your marriage. They ain't talk to you. They ain't talk to the husband. They talk to the daughter running her mouth. Oh, she had it bad in foster care. The hell she did. The hell she did. She ain't have it bad because you know, just like my son Joshua said, they always had each other. The other siblings always had each other. He ain't had nobody. He ain't had nobody. And what gets me, I got married and my husband did not help with keeping not only our family together, me and his daughter, but the other or his stepchildren. No house. Didn't put us in safe housing. I'm in the same two-bedroom apartment where all this happened. The same apartment. And then I'm going to be 55 years old, and this motherfucker going to be 65. And every time I come in, I'm working, Crystal. I got a job, and I got a house. I'm gonna get a house for Joy and Malachi. Motherfucker, you've been telling that lie. Y'all. And they always put it on the woman. Always put it on the woman. Always put the load and the hurt. Always put the responsibility on the woman. And part of it is, it could be that when it is partially her fault. Y'all, 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 that's how that thing with Corey Minor and Smart Christians, I sided with Corey Minor. You can be in a situation, not with the example that he was saying about the prisoners and stuff. You can be in a prison like this. This is a prison. What I'm going through now is like a prison. I've been on Section 8 housing, been in this 2-bedroom Section 8 house. I've been in this same area. Born and raised, I've been born and raised in Baltimore, but I've been living here in this area. And not once, not my family, nobody. Nobody, no churches, nobody, none of the neighbors. I've been making, y'all, it's a prison. Just like Corey Minor said, it's a prison. You can get to the point where you want to die. You like, what's the point? You actually, I can see where he meant by that. I can see him. Say, I want to be close to. I want to be so. I want to be close to Jesus. And I was thinking while Corey Minor was talking, I was thinking about the man on the man that was next to Jesus said, "Can I be with you? Can I be with you in your kingdom?" And then he said, "Today you will be with me in paradise." That day, So all them points that Corey Minor was making was valid points. That goes for women that's in an abusive relationship or that's being abused, parental abuse. They will always want to fucking talk about child abuse. But what about parental abuse? What about parental abuse? What about the abuse of the mother? What about that? I got a book around here. Uh, um, that's about that. Yup. What about the mother? And the thing is, the system will rather the man is crazy. The man could be bad, schizophrenic, be bad, and they will still side. But they will still put the courts will still protect the significant other, or they will still protect the father. I'm a witness to that. I went through that over 20 some years of my life since 1998 until 2000 and 18, when Christian was adopted, when my cousin adopted Christian. So I seen it. They don't care how badly. They don't care. That man don't gotta have no job. That man ain't gotta do whatever. They will still shift it on the woman. They will still put the neglect tag, put the label of unfit, abusive on the mother. That goes for your adult children. That goes for society. That goes for whether you a black woman, white woman, Puerto Rico, whatever the fuck you is. And folk be like, oh, don't say nothing, Crystal. My daughter says, don't put your business out on the street. Don't put your business, on social media, this and that. But what gets me, they already know. They already. Yeah, baby at the baby. And you by yourself. And the father's absentee. And you walk the street and you go to the store. Where the baby at? Where your kids at? Where the baby? And if they don't ask you that, they ask, where your husband at? Y'all. So I can see where Corey Minor, I can see what he talking about. It's a slow death. It's a slow death. It's a death of your soul. It's a death of your spirit. It's a death, mental, emotional. It's a slow death. And that part where he said about the government holding the inmate down, where they couldn't do they couldn't do certain things. Sometimes it's not always the government. I get a disability check every month, get a SSI check every month. I've been getting a disability check since 2000. Since like 2 years before I married Elliot. And matter of fact, that's another reason why he buried, because I got a lump sum check. And then when the money ran out, Elliot didn't want to marry. He kept popping by, sticking his disabled penis in penis. And two, he had me and someone else. He was hopping around, church to church, woman to woman, hopping around. And I would have dreams about him. I would have dreams about him sleeping around. But at the same time, I was too scared. I said, oh my God, this man gonna cut me like he did himself. If he cut his hand, his hand, I said, what I got myself into? Oh my God, I'm scared. And he know where I live at. A lot of times people will blame the woman. They will blame the woman. They will blame the woman. Say, well, you did that to yourself. You put yourself in that situation. True. You put yourself in a situation thinking you safe, you can handle it, and that person is dangerous. That person stalking you and following your ass, and you ain't got no car, you don't have no family, you don't have a family. That's why your mother and your father did what they did. So y'all on the street with is Joe Witness. So you wouldn't have no backup. You don't have no family support. You ain't got no family support to go run to be safe. You wasn't safe in that home any fucking way. But at least the world, somebody like Elliot or somebody like the people that you hooking up with can't harm. They gotta go through your parents. They definitely gotta go through your parents to get to you. Or they gotta go through your family to get to you. And when they see, when man see that a woman doesn't have family support, beware. That goes for your children. Your children that you have by that man or by that person. They know what mama don't got grandma and grandpa and auntie. Mama don't have aunts and nobody. I know. I ain't go to grandma's house. I ain't had a typical, I didn't have a typical childhood. I couldn't go to my cousins and my grandmother's house. And you know what's painful? What hurts me is that our daughter, wind up being raised by my middle son's aunt, which was my neighbor, which was one of my neighbors around here. So she called her Auntie Michelle auntie. Now, my oldest son, Joshua, don't call that bitch no auntie. Don't call her no auntie. Beware. It's the whole thing. The whole thing. Beware. And then what turned around was she wound up being a part of the foster care thing. All the stuff that I went through, she wound up being a part of it. Even though my son's son father wasn't involved, he had to go through all this stuff like what Elliot and what Henry went through. He ain't go through it. He got paternity test done and all that, and married somebody else. But no, they ain't do him. They ain't do him like that. And yet he was one of the first men that I was with after I got out of high school. When I was in my early 20s, when I was in college. So yeah, you gotta tell your story. Tell it. Tell it. That thing, even though I've lived past all that, and I'm still here, I'm still going through the abuse. I'm going through the abuse from my husband and from our daughter. And I'm going through the hurt of seeing my oldest son Joshua he going through so much. He's going through so much. And he'll be 34 this year. He's going through so much. And we talk, and he tell me what he been through, in the past and all that stuff. And I listen. I listen. I listen. That's, man, all the, man, all of the stuff that I hear him say, and then my family, my parents, y'all, and then for my oldest daughter to get on this platform and get on this talk about, oh, you and Josh will get something ain't right about that. Y'all got answers. Shut the fuck up. Because Josh would say, despite all of what went down, she's still his favorite sibling, and he would still be there for his siblings, despite how the family just abandoned him, despite how my mom orchestrated the whole thing. She orchestrated the whole entire thing. It's stuff that I did not know that my mom did. And I just listen to. I just listen because it's like, because at first I was blaming myself. I was blaming myself. But now, when I listen to the different dynamics of what he's saying, of what's going on now, and I listen to my sister, and me and her wasn't allowed to talk. We wasn't allowed because I'm disfellowship excommunicated as your witness. And, she's the eldest wife, whatever. But now she talked after I had a stroke and all that. And the person like, why the fuck she talking to me now? I needed, whether it's a half sister or a piece of sister, I needed somebody to be there for me then. Y'all, this is an over hour video, but y'all, I hope this helps. I don't even know what the title is. I don't know what to tell. And no, I ain't gonna put this on no unlisted. I ain't putting this shit on no unlisted. Because that's what my daughter said. You need to put it on unlisted. You ain't gonna do it for the whole world. Y'all, I can see where he coming from. I can see where Corey Minor is coming from with Dick. I can actually see where he's coming from. And I ain't talking about a biblical from a biblical standpoint. Because even though he made some valid biblical points, I guess you say, oh, she cussing. Well, some y'all, pain ain't always pure all the time. Pain and abuse is not pure. It ain't holy. When you stub your toe, you ain't gonna say, oh, gee, dog. You gonna say, what the fuck? Shit. Ow, shit. Everybody ain't, crispy. Come on now. Is you going to hell for cussing? No. Y'all, I hope this video helps somebody. I'm telling you, because and what gets me is that's why my sister said stop getting it, stop getting in touch with her. Treat her like you do with your husband. Treat her like that. You know. That's how you heal. That's how you get deliverance. That's how you heal your heart. That's how you heal. Let them take that. Let them take that to the source. Let them take that to your mother, the one that started all this shit. You let your daughter take it to the source. Take it to her father. Take that shit to. Take all that to her father. You ain't gotta, get on no TikToks or get on no Instagram or whatever to check and see how she doing. You ain't even gotta call her. You better be like your a spouse that don't give a fuck. You better start. You better start protecting your heart. Go on. Take that shit to your prophet friend. Take that shit to your spiritual mother or whoever, or to your foster parents or your foster mother. Take that shit to your peers. Because look, hey, and look, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel bad. Don't go around feeling guilty. You gotta be like my old pastor. You gotta be narcissistic and be like, well, let's keep this real. You gotta be like Pastor Solomon is. You gotta learn from it. Learn from it. Y'all. That's a good example. That's a good ass example. And one time I heard him say, this was years ago, where he said during Holy Communion, he said, I don't give a damn. He said, I don't give a damn if he said, if you don't like what I'm doing, get out, leave. This was at the old church at Broadway before he divorced his wife. You got to learn from your souls, y'all. Learn. Learn from the motherfuckers. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. Don't go around and talk about them and shit on them and go around with that. Learn from how they deal with you. How they not rejecting. Learn from it. Learn from Saul throwing the fiery dart. Learn from this shit. Learn from how they don't get upset. They don't show you. They don't respond to you. The people underneath them don't respond. They don't give two fucks about your ass. They don't like you. They don't want you in. They don't want you in their circle. They don't want you connected to a Jonathan. They don't want you. They don't want you to be happy. But the key point that I'm learning, no matter what you do, you give all the blessing back, you give all the gifts I gave all the years to Pastor. That motherfucker still don't, he still don't like my, just like my mother. My sister said the same shit. She said, Crystal, Mama still don't like you. You can do this, and she still don't like. Even last year, I had this real cute future rose colored jacket, coat. And my mother came here after I got a hospital, and then she bought some. Try to play, try to control and play me. So I felt like, okay, she did that. I could at least give. I ain't got no money, to give her nothing like that, but I could just give her the jacket. Why the fuck did I do that? I gave her the best one that I had, and it was on sale from Amazon, and I gave her that one. Okay, and over the years, like when I was in middle school, or when I started to work, I used to work, and I would give her my money. I would give her my money off of my first job check. And she ain't like me then because she was cheating on my dad the whole time. She ain't like me. She was jealous of me then. Didn't like me then. But y'all learn from it. It's same thing with Pat Simon is. Same thing for them people at you name. And how they treated Joshua. And he brought that up. Mom, they hated me. A kid, Mom. If I ever see Pat Simon, I'll cuss that motherfucker out. I will cuss him. You said that's why when I came around there to visit you, I ain't want to step foot in that church. I ain't want to go in there. I'm like, damn, Joshua, what? I did not know that. I didn't know that they did you like that in there. What else did they do? I ain't know. But it all makes y'all Y'all, what? Watch. Your enemy, learn the daggone strategy. Learn from. That's where Samson fucked up at. He was so into lust and he was so into the Philistine. Cause mind you, he had a Philistine woman before. And he had a wife, and the wife got killed. Philistine woman. So he got involved with Delilah, and he wasn't focusing. Samson, the Philistines against you. Learn from your enemy. Not saying that goes to show Samson had the opportunity. He had chances to leave. To say, I learned from this shit. Learn from it. Have the discipline, have the self-respect, and have the self-control not to respond. Not to respond. Don't respond. Where I fucked up at was when y'all Burley Jones did what she did last year. But where I fucked up was that I kept where I responded to her. When I said, you hate me, y'all hate me, and then she kept going. Don't respond. Even with that incident, where was Pat Simon is gone? He was gone out of there. Bye. He was gone. Gone. Learn from, that's how you gotta do your spouse. That's how you gotta do your children. That's how you gotta do anybody that do you harm. Reverse that shit. Reverse it. Your enemy, just like the scriptures say, that the people of the world got more, if I'm paraphrasing, people of the world got more knowledge or got more sense than the church people, than the church folk. I'm paraphrasing, but that's true. They got more, they know what to do. You better learn. They don't give. And for some reason, this month, Lord said, you need to bless yourself. Bless yourself. Don't go around giving no blessing base to these motherfuckers around here. Don't be giving no. You taking money out of your disability check. You up there starving and shit in your home. You up there going to the store eating peanuts and eating dump cakes and shit. You up there surviving, barely making it. Your hair falling off. You turning gray. You got moles all on your damn back. Blessing, babe. Blessing, babe. And then some of them people know. And they know. They like, what's this for? Like what you come did in the church the other day? What's this for? And now I'm thinking back at it. That's because he knew what was going on, what I was going through with the family court and with the foster care stuff. And the church didn't, he could have wrote a letter. Could have wrote a letter to the court or something, or went in there as a deacon. Say, I know her and her family, but no. Didn't want to put his reputation, no. Mm-mm. No. So he got that blessing. What's this for? You gotta learn from it. Learn from that. That's like, this remind me of my public defenders. They kept on saying, "Oh, Crystal, don't send no emails. Don't send a copy of the email to CPDSS." But the workers kept emailing me. They kept emailing me, and the lawyers kept emailing me. So I said, you know what? Y'all stop emailing me then. And then the judge was like, "Oh, I see why, Judge Kershaw, Robert Kershaw could say, oh, I see why she do that because what he put on the court paper, he said, because not because of mental illness, because of what she going through with her children." That's her reaction. So even with that, you got a state appointed attorney. They will twist that around and use that. They will use your emotion, or use your weakness, or use that against you. They will use that. Oh, she got 2,000 some emails. The workers, oh, she had this is so email. They don't count DSS emails. They don't count that. They'll use that as their weapon against you, the Muslim. They'll use that. And you got to use self-control. You got to use That's what this whole thing with my daughter and my husband remind me of. It remind me of that. And I went through that most of my life. My young adult and my middle age, most of my life, from 28 years old to my 40s. My 40s, my 40s. Y'all, oh, I hope this bless somebody. That's enough to make you want to kill yourself or kill somebody else. And my daughter talking about, why you trying to kill me? That was a demon. That's a demon talking. Ain't no try. With all of that was a demon using her, because demons watch. Devils strategically. They like strategically. They watch and they know your weakness. They know they watch you for years. They know. They done form soul ties. It's a soul tie. That's why you gotta divorce every soul. Whether you slept with the person or you didn't sleep with the person, or every influence, everything and everybody that attach themselves to you. Because they'll try to come back in another form. They'll try to come back in another shape. They still kill and destroy you. They don't give up. They'll come back in another shape. Whether it's your daughter, whether it's your son, whether it's your pastor, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's your job, somebody on your job try to get you fired. Whether it's somebody at the corner store, the corner store that you always go to. You better watch where you get your food at, where you buying your food, where you get your groceries from, where they see you get your wick. Hey, I ain't seen you, Chinese people. You up there. I ain't seen you in years. You shop here. You get your wick. Where the babies? Where the babies? Or you going somewhere and you volunteer somewhere and they know somebody that volunteered, somebody you volunteering there, and then somebody that actually worked there that's on staff, they know your children. They know you from when they saw you going to the market with your kids. You better watch it. You better watch it. That's why, again, I agree with what Corey Miner is saying. 100%. You gotta do a no contact. This thing that they say about no contact and narcissistic people and stuff like that, that's more than just a physical thing. You just can't no contact them physically on social media. You gotta no contact them in your spirit. You gotta speak that thing up. Say, you know what? I divorce you. Ashley, you are dead. Write their name down on a piece of paper. Say, write down what they did. Talk to them. Say, you know what, this and this and this and that. You did this and that. I did this and that. This and that. I did this and that and that. This, talk to them. They ain't listening to you. The real person ain't listening to you. So you gotta talk. You gotta have a dialogue with them in the spirit. You gotta have a dialogue with them. And then once you done, you write it down, put it in an envelope, have a cremation, whatever. If you gotta burn it, have a ceremony. Have a ceremony speak it out your mouth, because you never had a actual ceremony. That's like when I had my miscarriage. When I had my miscarriage, and my doctor at Mercy Hospital said that the baby was dead inside. She said that I could either go ahead and have the baby stillborn, or I could have a D&C. And now looking back, she took that upon herself to make that decision. Because I saw it on a Catholic channel at Mercy Hospital. I saw a Catholic channel, a married couple that went through the same kind of experience, and they actually named their child. They went on in here, they ain't hear no heartbeat or nothing, and they went on here and they made a decision not to have a DNC, not to do that. And they went on in here and they went on in here, and the child came back. The child lived. The child lived, and then one couple I saw on the Catholic channel, they had they named their baby. The baby was miscut and they named it. They had a funeral and they named it. That's how, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. That's how you gotta do. You gotta have a funeral. You gotta have you gotta name it. You gotta label that. They done labeled me schizophrenia, bipolar, man depressed. Every DSM label you could think of. What I was going through with the legal, with the family court system. Had me go through all kind of psychiatric, had me go through all kind of stuff. But you gotta in the spirit. You gotta say, okay, this is what this is. This is what this is. This is how you made me feel. This is what you done. This is what you doing, and I bury you. I cremate. This is it. This is dead. This is cremated. This is gone. You can't do this to me ever again. You can't do this. I can't do this to myself. I can't do this. I can't do this to myself. You gotta start, even have a funeral, grieve for that child inside you. That child that never was allowed to heal up. Have a service for that child. Have a memorial service for that child that's inside of you that never healed up, that never was allowed to heal. That child never got a chance. Nobody allowed that child to recover. Went from one place to another, just like Joshua. Survive. You know, you know. Even when the Jehovah's Witness do what they do with the shining, with this fellowship, they treat you like you did. Okay? Now, I'm not approving of what they do. I'm not approving of that. But for those that's been SA inside that religious cult, for those that's been disfellowship, you gotta grieve. You gotta heal from that. You gotta give your chance, give yourself a chance to recover from that. Give yourself a chance to forgive yourself. Because they'll blame you for the abuse. That religion and the people and your parents will blame you for the sexual abuse. You 4 years old, you a baby. They will blame a baby. Blame a child. Blame a child for the sexual abuse. And they will continue to blame that child. Say they fast or they this or they that. And then they'll use the fornication or whatever. Oh, yeah, you know, we got it now. We gonna put them out on the street. No help, nothing about, no inheritance, no nothing. Have a memorial service. Like the Jehovah's Witnesses have a memorial for Jesus. They got the little thing every once a year. Sometimes it's going to might take you more than that. I know every time when certain parts of the year, every certain parts of the year, I grieve even the miscarriages that I had and the abortions. Forgive yourself for that. Those that had abortions or had an abortion, and for whatever the reason it is. Same thing with Corey Minor said about the suicide thing. Are you going to go to hell because you had a suicide attempt or committed suicide? Or are you going to hell because you had an abortion? Heal from it. Heal from it. Have your own grieving process. Have your own ceremony. Have your own recovery time. Like what happened to me last year when I had the fluid around my heart. The Johns Hopkins said that I had the fluid around my heart the first time I was hospitalized. And then they discharged me. And then I wound up going to St. Agnes Hospital, and then St. Agnes drained the fluid out. And that doctor said, y'all not going to numb her? Why are we doing it? We don't do this for this and this. And that chaplain gave me that Bible, and he prayed for me about me being alone. I don't remember all the details of what he said, but I caught on to that. About he knows that I was isolated. I was by myself. I ain't had nobody. And after that, I still haven't. It's been a year later, and I still have not recovered. I still have side effects. I still patiently gotta recover and heal. And the devil trying to use family members, trying to use stuff to take me out of here. So I have stress. I get so stressed out, and I have fluid around my heart, or have a heart attack. Have a heart attack at 54, going on 55 years old. Where I'm unable to care for myself. I can't see. I won't be able to see, or have another stroke. Where I won't be able to take care of my basic needs. I don't have no family members to take take care. I don't have no what you call it when you go in the hospital, directive. I don't have all that. You got some people, they waiting on your obituary. They want you to die. They want to stress you the fuck out. They know what they doing. I don't know nothing about your marriage. I was a little girl. My daddy on drugs, but I'ma protect him. You don't know where he at, but I do. I know where he at. Y'all, they don't want you to, they don't want you, they don't want you to be whole. They don't want you to be healed. They don't want, they want you to be bitter. They want you to be angry. They want you to react. They don't acknowledge you. They don't respect you. They don't honor you. They don't love you. They don't care about you. They don't like you. And when you say it, it don't affect them. Like you talking to a brick wall. So what you do, you have your own, okay, get yourself a piece of paper, you know, you have your own ceremony. Go places you like to go to. Date yourself. Restore yourself. Stay in the presence of God. You know God ain't like that because ain't nowhere in the world you've been through all that and God ain't there. Have time with God. Eat your favorite food. Put on your favorite outfit, your favorite dress. And ask the Lord, ask the Lord to put the right people around you. If that's His will for your life, for the rest of your life. Sometimes God wants you all to yourself. Sometimes God wants you all to Himself. You got such a calling on your life, or such an anointing on your life that He is like the pilot's a wheel. He's spinning you around, or like a dime. He putting you through the finest fire, getting all them people away, all that stuff out of you, and all them people away. Let me get off of here. I thought I say this. This a long. It's almost 2 hours. So it's a long video. You got. You gotta do something. You gotta have a ceremony. You had a wedding ceremony with a fake motherfucker. Well, have a real ceremony. Celebrating yourself. Celebrating yourself. Not like a birthday celebration, but something like that. Be creative with it. You ain't got time to be giving parts of yourself away. You ain't got time for it. Don't be feeling guilty and bad. You got mans. That's why my son Josh was right about this shit. But all the stuff he going through, my son said he need a whole year to himself. He need at least a year. Shit, I say what I've been through, I need at least 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Yup. A year ain't gonna do me no good. It ain't gonna do me no justice. I need a good 2 years. That's why I was. That's why I wasn't successful with college. Went to college doing stupid stuff. I ain't finished college. I got 2 years of college, but I got a certificate. I didn't get my degree. I ain't get my degree. And then when I be putting applications to, I see some college, I be like, damn, this feels so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. I'm in my 50s and I still ain't finished college. And then it was probably harder to go back in my brain, y'all. But back then, I wasn't healed. Mentally and emotionally healed. So when I was going to college, I was saying dumb stuff and stupid stuff. You can't make life choices like that. You know, you gotta. Some people is college bound. Some people not. Some people successful going to college. Some people not. Some people can be entrepreneurs. Some people can work for other people. You know, y'all, whatever it is, take the time, slow down, take the time and recover and heal. Heal up. Heal up. Recover. Ain't nothing wrong with failure. Fail, get up. Fail, get up. What's that song that Diamond Kirk said? We fall down, but we get up, y'all. You know, a saint is just a sinner who fall down and get up, y'all. Get back up again, y'all. You gotta do that repeatedly. You gotta do that repeatedly. Forgive yourself 70 times 7. What did Peter say? How many times must I forgive? Did he say 70 times 7? That applies to yourself too. That applies to yourself. Not just to the person that did you wrong or offended you. Forgive yourself 70 times 7. And that's the part that's going to get some deep cleaning, deep healing. Because you be like, oh my God, you know, all this, you going to make notes of all of these things that happen, all these people, and you like, damn. And then you going to look at the puzzle, you're going to see a common thread. You're going to see a common thread, and then you're going to start blaming yourself. You say, oh, I noticed this happened. I reacted this, and made this choice, and I did this and that, and this and that. But then at the same time, you're going to notice the same enemy. You're going to see the same kind of spirit in the same different body, the same pattern. And it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be like, oh my God, I got to forgive myself. Oh my God. 70 times 7, forgive yourself over and over and over and over and over. Forgive. Receive the love of Christ. Stuff like that and folk like that want to block the power of God, want to make you feel like you unlovable, you unapproachable, you'll never make no friends, you ain't about nothing, you crazy. God ain't going to use you. God ain't using you. You are nobody. God didn't die for you. Jesus' blood don't apply to you. That was your fault. You did that. You made that choice. You made that decision. You went in that man house. You went in that woman house. You knew better. I've been hearing the same story over and over again. Stop it. Stop making excuses. You ain't grown up. Let me get off of here. Let me get off of here. My laptop, I got a new laptop. I had to get a new. I'm learning it. I got a new laptop. My Chromebook died on me. The charger snapped. So I'm learning. I got a new computer. I'm learning from that how to use it. So I won't be able to put the link, like I used to do. I used to put the link of other videos in the description. I can't. I don't know how to do that yet. So to just go to Spark Christians, go to Corey Miner's YouTube channel, and then you'll see something on there. Do a person with suicide go to hell, something like that, and you'll see Corey Miner, he'll bald headed black guy, and then you'll see this other dude on there with a baseball cap on. Yup. Watch that video. Watch that video. My daughter was going back and forth on the Instagram DM, going back and forth, but she ain't watch that motherfucker. She ain't watch it. But yet, when she was in this Prophet Lowy bullshit, she would, oh, watch this and this and this and that. But then she stopped watching Prophet Lowy and Prophet Live. Then she hooked up with this other. She hooked up with this prophet lady who was also involved with Lowy. Y'all, and listening to my daughter, I thought that this lady was something was right about it. But then when I met her in person, I said, Joy making it sound, making it worse than what it is. And then I start seeing things differently. But I still, because I'm married, and I'm still legally married, I still don't see things the way my daughter do. It's like, no, Joy, no. Nah, Joy. No. It's like what I said, like I lost her twice. Lost her to the court system, then I lost her to this. Yep. And what can you do? There's nothing you can do. We can't do nothing about it. And then when I asked my husband what he felt about it, and he was on the steps here, he was on the steps in, my apartment building said, well, I told her to just be careful. And then she said, all right, Daddy. You don't know where the motherfucking line or not. Y'all, Y'all, mm-mm-mm. Uh-uh. Y'all, and so many things. It's like, what can you do? You let go and let God. Let go and let God. She even overtalked me right in front of her, one of her friends. Did that before. Yep. And my son was like, Mom, that's for a young group. That's for a younger group of people. So now, when now I don't even, pray for the girl that my daughter's hooked up with. I pray for them. But now, when she get on the lives and stuff, I just get on TikTok live. I listen, but I don't. I listen and I don't listen. Yup. Y'all, you gotta you gotta pray. You gotta use your discernment and use your wit. You gotta pray. You gotta acknowledge the pain, and you gotta pray. It's so many things I could disclose, I could say. But yeah, when you going through that kind of pain like that, have yourself some me time. Have yourself some recovery time, some healing time. Put some scented candles. Yup, romantic time. Have yourself a romantic time with yourself. And I ain't talking about no masturbation. No, I ain't talking about nothing nasty. I'm talking about read your favorite book. Do something that you ain't done before. Travel. You ain't got to travel, like what my daughter be doing. You ain't get on no fucking airplane to be traveling. You can get on a Greyhound bus and do something, go somewhere you ain't never been. You can, even in Maryland, there's places I ain't never been in Maryland. Even though all that stuff that happened to me with the state, in the state of Maryland, I ain't been out of Baltimore City. I ain't been out of the city. I ain't really traveled that far. I haven't seen Ocean City. I never been to Ocean City. Do something you ain't never done. Eat some food that you ain't never ate before. Write a song. Do a hobby. Do something. Learn something. Y'all, y'all, y'all. And as you do it bit by bit, don't let people criticize. That's nothing. They'll try to criticize you. You ain't doing this right. You ain't keeping up with the trend. You ain't keeping up. You ain't doing this and that. You ain't doing this right. Poot them, man. Y'all. I was finding myself, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest with you. I was finding myself, while I was making these TikToks and these YouTube videos, I was finding myself competing with my daughter and her friends. I ain't gonna lie, I found myself in competition. I felt like I was out of touch, out of place. And then the Lord had to, then like somebody put a comment on my YouTube channel that was so encouraging. That thing encouraged me. I said, oh my God, I just need to be myself. Just need to, I need to enjoy life and just be me, be Crystal. Wear what I want to do what I want to do, dance what I want to do, wear makeup I want to wear makeup I want to make up. Y'all, y'all, let me get off of here. Be blessed. I've been on here 2 hours. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. Be healed, be free, be whole, be delivered. I ain't got no what you call that sign out thing, which I wish I did some kind of theme song or some sign out tag. I ain't got that. But yeah, be free, be whole,